Hello, for this week's 15 minutes class we're going to follow a similar layout to last week, but we're going to challenge things a little bit more. We're going to do a little bit more on roll-ups, a little bit more on bow pose, and really work the abs a little bit harder this week. So again, we're going to go for more strength as opposed to endurance like we did a couple of weeks ago. We're going to follow on from last week and really push our strength some more. We'll get started with our warm-up. We'll get onto our hands and knees. We're going to warm the spine up, drop the ribs down to the mat, arching the back, lift the head up, drop the head down, ribs up to the ceiling. Drop the ribs down, lift the head up, drop the head down, ribs to the ceiling. So just going to warm up forward and backwards movement to the spine today. Good, and we're going to work on a little bit on control as well. Good. One last one, drop the ribs down, lift the head up, and then look down between the fingertips. We're going to bring the hips and shoulders to the left, right leg back behind the body, and then right arm up in front, and then right arm and leg back down. Hips and shoulders to the right, left leg back, left arm up in front, and then back down. Good. We'll come back to the left, right leg back, right arm up in front, and try and draw some circles with the heel and the hand. Whoops. Good. Keep the body still. Unlike me, don't fall. Bring the arms and legs back down, hips and shoulders to the right. Get your balance again. And circles with the heel and the hand. Keeping the body still. One more. And bring the arms and legs down. Good. We're going to come up into our plank again. We're first going to do some knee hovers. So hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Lift the knees up off the mat. And then lower back down. Good. So the elbows are pointing back to the toes. Lift the knees up. And then back down. Two more. Lift. And lower. One last one. This time I'm going to lift, hold, and I'm going to walk the feet back into a plank. Lift, hold the knees there, walk the feet all the way back to the end of the mat, and hold yourself in that plank. Straight line from the shoulders, through the hips, to the knees, to the ankles. Pinching the shoulder blades together, and keep the chin tucked in. So the neck is long, and pull the chin back as well, so the head doesn't drop down and curve the neck. So straight as spine as you can. Good. 5 more seconds. Hold yourself there, don't let the hips sink down. Keep the abs tucked in. And then bring the knees forward, rest them down, and turn over onto your back. Good, so head resting on the block, hands by the side, into a couple of toe taps, so imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Nice soft taps. Focus on the imprint and now tap with the heels. Tapping the feet further and further away. Don't bring the knee in past the hips, so don't bring it all the way into the chest. And don't let the leg rest onto the mat. It's a very soft tap with the heel. So you're always holding the weight of the legs in the abs. One last one. And bring the legs to tabletop. And then bring the feet down onto the mat. Good. We're going to start with lower abs. So we're going to imprint the spine. We're going to come into our flutter kicks. We're going to do slightly different this week. We're going to try and bring a little bit of upper ab work as well. So imprint the spine. Bring the legs to tabletop. Straighten the legs to the ceiling. Reach the two hands up to the back of the right calf. Chin is tucked in. Lower the left heel to the mat. And then switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, lightly hold on to the legs. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend the knees, bring the head down, and then rest the feet down. We're going to do similar again. We're going to try and incorporate the upper abs a bit more this week. We're going to have the hands by the side. We're going to bring the legs straight to the ceiling, squeeze the legs together, and lower the heels a couple of inches away from the body. Because the head and shoulders are up, you can drop the feet a little bit further than you usually would when we have the head and shoulders resting down. Hands by the side again. Reach the hands to the bottom of the mat. Rib cages down. Imprint the spine. Legs to tabletop. Straighten the legs to the ceiling. Chin to the chest. Head and shoulders up. Lower the heels. And lift. 1, 2. Focus on the imprint. 3, 4, 5. Keep the shoulder blades drop back. 6, and chin tucked in. 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Bend the knees, rest the head, and rest the feet down. Good, we're going to keep with the upper abs incorporated. So we're going to bring the legs back to tabletop. We're going to do a single leg stretch. So right hand to the outside of the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee. Imprint the spine, rib cage is down, legs to tabletop, chin to the chest, head and shoulders up, right hand to the inside of the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee, straighten the left leg, and switch. Outside hand to the ankle, inside hand to the knee. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the head down and bring the feet down onto the mat. Got the last one on our backs. We're going to bring the two hands to the side of the head. We're going to bring the legs to tabletop. Chin to the chest, head and shoulders up, elbows to the knees, straighten the legs, elbows back. 1, 2, keep the head and shoulders up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend the knees, rest the head, and rest the feet down. For the next ones, we're going to come into some rolls. We're going to do some variations of them. We're going to hold ourselves up in both poses. So have a little rest for a second. So straighten your legs down onto the mat. Hands back behind the head. We're going to start with some roll-ups first. We're going to fling the arms forward, chin to the chest, up nice and tall at the end, and reaching out in front. Keep the shoulders pinned together as you come back down. Hands back behind the head again. Arms forward and rolling up. Good. We're going to go for 10. Then we're going to go for another 10, reaching up towards the ceiling. 3. Good. And back down. Because we're doing 20, really fling the arms forward. Make the first few a little easy for yourself, because the next 10 will be a lot harder. Good. Halfway there now. Chest up nice and tall again. And back down onto the mat. Good. As you reach forward, keep those shoulder blades pinched together. So your arms go forward, but your shoulder blades pull back. Good. 3 more. Up nice and tall at the end. Keep the feet on the mat as you roll back down. Good. Last 2. Up nice and tall. Down onto the mat. And one last one. Up tall again. Pop the chest forward. Keep the shoulder blades together as you roll back down. Good. Next one, we're going to reach up towards the ceiling. So we're going to start with the hands back behind the head. Big deep breath out. Bring the rib cage down. Fling the arms forward and reach up towards the ceiling. And then back down onto the mat. 1, 2, keep those fingers pointing up to the ceiling. Good. 3, keep the feet on the mat. And back down, controlled. 4, as you reach up, keep those shoulder blades down. Don't let them scrunch up towards the ears. Halfway there now. And back down, controlled on the way down. 6, keep the shoulder blades down. I'm starting to struggle a little bit, just 4 more. Good, push the chest forward at the end. And back down, last 3. Reaching up, keep the heels on the mat. Rolling back down, last 2. Reaching up. And back down, and one last one. Keep the shoulder blades back, down, away from the ears, elbows are straight, arms forward, rolling up, 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 up. And on the way back down, we're going to pause. So slow down, about halfway, just stop. Go again, stop, and then back down onto the mat. So you don't want to make sure you can stop at 2 or 3 points if you want, so you know you have control on that eccentric part of the movement where you roll back down onto the mat. Bend the knees for the next one. We're going to do 10 roll-ups next. So we're going to imprint the spine, rib cage comes down again, legs into tabletop, hands back behind the head, and then fling the arms forward onto the back of the hips, and then back down. 1, chest forward, 2, and back down, 3, and down, 4, and down. Keep the heels off the mat. 5, and down, halfway, 6, back down, 7, push that chest forward, and down, last 3, good, and down, last 2, keep the hands shoulder width apart, and at the top, the forearms are parallel to the floor, and last 1, and then roll back down onto the mat, hands back behind the head, feet down, and have a little rest for a second. The next ones, we're going to come back up into boat pose. We're going to hold ourselves in boat pose. I'm going to start to use our thighs and our hip flexors a little bit more. So we're going to roll to boat pose. We're going to do 10 knee extensions on the right, 10 on the left. We're going to roll back down. We're going to take a break between each set of exercises in the boat pose position. Hands back behind the head again. Rib cage comes down. Legs come into tabletop. Fling the arms forward, up into boat pose. We're going to go through some extensions. So right knee, left knee. Right knee, left, 2, 3, keep pushing the chest forward, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep pushing the chest forward, 9, last one, 10, and roll back down onto the mat and rest the feet down for a second. For the next one, we're going to extend the 2 legs at the same time. So again, imprint the spine, rib cage comes down, hands back behind the head, legs to tabletop, arms forward onto the back of the hips, extend and bend. 1, 2, 3, keep the knees together. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And roll back down onto the mat and then rest the feet down again. Good. For the next one, we're going to come back into boat pose. We're going to extend the legs. I'm going to draw 10 circles clockwise on the right and anti-clockwise on the left. Again, hands back behind the head, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, and roll up into boat pose. Extend the right leg, lower it halfway, 10 circles. 1, 2, 3. Keep the left knee still. 4, chest forward. 5, shoulder blades together. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. Left leg. 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep that right leg still. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees. Roll back down onto your back and then rest the legs down. Now we have 2 left in boat pose. We're going to bring the legs to tabletop again, and we're going to go we're going to try some flutter kicks in tabletop. So in boat pose. Imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, hands back behind the head, arms forward, chin to the chest, back up into boat pose. Straighten the legs and little flutter kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees, roll back onto the mat and bring the legs down. When we're in boat pose and we straighten the legs like that, as you move the legs up and down either in opposite directions or for the next one in the same direction, make sure you don't bend at your ribs here. So really push those ribs forward. Try to arch the back. So we're coming out of the imprint that we usually work on, and we're going to think of arching the back, creating some strength into the mid-back muscles and the lower traps. Last one in boat pose. Imprint the spine, hands back behind the head, legs to tabletop, back to boat pose, straighten the legs, lower and lift. 1, 2, push the ribs forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees, roll back onto the back and rest the feet down. We're going to come on to our side. We're nearly finished. We're going to do a little bit for the glutes now, a little bit of strength work. We're going to come up into a side plank. If you want to make this easy, bend the knee and come up from the knee. We're going to really try to push things this week. We're going to do a couple of exercises on the side. The first one is going to lift up nice and high. We're going to lift the top leg up and down for 10. Come back down, have a rest, and then we're going to come back up and we're going to draw 10 circles going clockwise. Pinch the shoulder blades together, lift the ribs up, lift the hips up and hold. Lift the top leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and then rest the hips back down. We're going to hold the top leg up, making it even harder for the bottom leg. I'm going to draw 10 circles with the top leg going clockwise. Pinch the shoulder blades, lift the hips, lift the top leg so it's parallel to the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep the hips up. 5, 6, keep the hips still. 8, 9, 10. Rest the leg, rest the hips, turn over onto the opposite side. And our last set of exercises. So again, back lined up at the back of the mat. Straight line down the mat. Keep the legs straight if you can. We're going to lift the top, or lift the hips up, nice and high. Top leg up for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Rest the hips down. Good. For this one, we're going to lift the top leg up and we're going to go anti-clockwise. So we're going to be kicking the top leg forward at the start of the circle. From the top of the circle, forward, down and back. Pinch the shoulder blades, lift the ribs up, lift the hips up, top leg parallel to the floor. 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the legs, rest the hips, and then rest down. That's our express class for this week. So again, another strength focused class. We're just working on some really high level exercises. We're only doing a few for each muscle group, but we're really trying to push things a little bit harder. Have a nice week and see you next week. Bye bye.